Hi guys, Maria here from Maria Unleashed. Welcome back to the podcast. It's great to have you here. In today's episode, I'm going to talk about holistic skincare, your skincare routine, skincare products, and wellness in general. Because I have my signature expert class coming up, which I run only a few times a year. And I wanted to take this occasion to really talk about what's going on in the industry, talking, just from my experience as a customer, but also share a little bit of insight from what it's like behind the scenes, because most people don't even know that there is a huge issue with commercial products. And it's a little bit like the straw and the polluting and the little turtle that has a straw in the nose. It's a bit like that. It's not one straw that's the issue. It's the amount of straws that's creating these massive issues. So it's a little bit like that also. The problem here is most commercial skincare products and cosmetic products as well. So I'm focusing on the skincare because I myself, I don't really use too much cosmetic products actually, sometimes not at all. So, my focus is usually just on the skincare, because if you have healthy skin, glowing skin, you don't really need as much other products, right? There is nothing to conceal or to, whatever. Again, it gets too complicated for me already. So I will focus on skincare, but it also counts for the cosmetic products. So all of these are pretty much formulated in the same way. So let's say a moisturizer always contains, let's say it's a lotion, so it always contains 80% of water. So usually it's between 75 and 85%, something like that, sometimes even higher. The more liquidy it is, the more water is in the product. And then it basically starts to just, make something out of water. So then you have some emollients, hopefully good quality, like skin oils, plant butters. That is what should go in there. But in most commercial products, you will usually find like silicone oils, mineral oils, all everything that's cheap. So, and that's a bit of I find that already a little bit irritating, because what am I actually paying for? And you are basically paying for water. That's the main ingredient in skincare products, which is okay because it's neutral. It doesn't do any harm. But then what happens is most commercial skincare products are filled with synthesized, modified ingredients, right? Even though they started out as let's even say organic ingredient and a 100% plant-based ingredient, like, let's say, coconut oil. But then what they do is they synthesize it, and they take out certain structures, and they add certain structures. So it's literally this like little chemistry lab, and it's a little bit like with food, or not a little bit, it's just like with food. The more processed your food is, the unhealthier it becomes, because our body is not made for this. Like, this entire industry is new, right? Even though we grew up with it, so for us it's not new. We grew up with it, so it seems to be, part of our life, and it seems that it has been forever. But that's actually not true. It's a fairly new invention, and what can I say? It is an industry. So, and it's $1 billion industry. It makes a lot of money, right? It generates a lot of money. And well, what can I say? The problem here is that first of all, it's the advertising and false advertising. I know that because I used to work for advertising. So that was my previous job. And then it's also the compositions. So it's these two aspects that are, for me, always, I don't really, again, I left the industry for a reason, and I now want to make it better, and I want to educate a little more, and just also take you behind the scenes and tell you what's actually going on, so you can make informed decisions yourself. And even if I'm not there, or someone else is there who's an expert and can give you more insight, you will always be able to help yourself. So that is something I find very important, because if you have joined one of my courses already, or the Masterclass, then all my formulations, everything I write, my articles, everything is really designed to really help you and implement this knowledge immediately. So I always aim for very practical advice, like just sounding nice isn't cutting it. I really want you to understand what's going on, what is the issue, so you can now find a solution, right? So we always have to look at the problem first. And that sometimes hurts because if you know what I know, honestly, back in the day, I was so naive, and I really believed that no, if products are sold in a proper shop, right, or from a like even discounters on every high street, these guys, they are regulated. Like the government, they have to test it, and they have to make sure that it's all safe to use, right? Well, sadly, it's not like that. So I don't even touch the commercial products you find out there with a stick. Like, not anymore. I'm so done. Like, I've been done with it for 10 years now, a bit longer. And what can I say? I never had so little problems with my skin. And yeah, again, what can I say? It's really less is more, and focus on the right ingredients. But again, we'll talk about that a lot more in my expert class coming up, where I teach you how to formulate a healing moisturizer which will serve you for the rest of your life, you guys. And you will also have the knowledge to tweak it and make it your personalized skincare. So that is also what I really want. I want one product that serves my entire body. So we are talking for your hands, for your cuticles, anything, your eyes. So you can cut all the crap you don't need, right? You can treat your entire body, your feet, everything. And the beauty about it, at least about how I do it, is that for me, the clients are top priority. So your skin health is indeed my top priority. And yes, I also want to make money. Of course, it is a business, but I'm never gonna sacrifice, one for making more money. So I'm not gonna sell you anything you do not need. And I focus on minimalism. That's just, I personally love it. But I always tell my clients, we can make it as complicated as you want. And if it helps you to put in, I wouldn't overload it. That's another one. People women especially, tend to overload their products. They want to be extra generous with them and, treat themselves, pamper themselves, which is amazing. But more is more. That is unfortunately what we've been told, and that's coming from the advertising industry. But it is just a marketing trick to generate more sales. Really, trust me. And especially if you've been using commercial products from a store, and it doesn't really matter if you paid 500 or €3, it is. I just yesterday drafted up one of my members club articles where I talk about that and where I compare like €500 product versus a €3 product, for instance. So it's hilarious. Sadly, it's just not funny. It's sad. But again, what I'm always saying is you will never have to worry about it anymore, ever, because you now hold the key to your freedom. That for me, it's so important to always be able to really create beautiful products, to understand the composition and to know what to ingredients, how to use them, how to take advantage of the plant itself, right, of their properties. So and then if you know that, really your options are limitless. You can just really serve your needs when you need it, right? So I always have now more and more younger, I don't want to say kids, but younger adults come to me, which is so incredible. They want to know what's going on, but I can definitely see there's so much confusion going on, but also with the older generation, because they are like used to the commercial products, and it's like this old habits die hard kind of situation where it's really like, no, I want a quick fix. I'm used to it has to happen now, and I have an effect right now. But all of this is not achievable with natural products. So, and I always say, please make sure that you give your skin at least 30 days. That's a cycle your skin needs to renew itself and, to shed the old cells so new and shiny cells, healthy cells can come up. And that's why I'm saying, like, really give it at least 4 to 6 weeks to see how it's going. And I promise you, I have never had one person say, oh no, I'm going to go back to commercial products. Never. The usual response is, why did no one tell me this earlier? And that was my response as well when I figured it out. And I was around 20 when I did. And yeah, so important to know is that these recipes that I teach, and again, I want to focus on what I'm doing because I don't know what other people do. And I don't want to point fingers too much, but obviously they are, they have to add a label to their products, and I can read and I understand these labels, and if I see what they put in there, it leaves me speechless and somewhat angry as well, right? But I don't want to focus on that too much, but again, we have to talk about it because I want you to understand what's going on, and not just I've heard it, but then when people ask you, yeah, why is it like that, you're like, I don't know. I want you to understand what's going on and why this is a problem, right? And then I have a lot of people who are like, oh, but this product, no, I love it. It's like they believe in its magic. So it's like mind over matter. And I leave them, I'm like, hey, listen, if you're not ready yet, if you want to hold on to this because it really helps you, even if it's just imaginary, it doesn't matter. Keep it. But then let's focus on all the rest that we can just replace with one healthy moisturizer, which we can even personalize to your needs. Like literally whatever you desire, we can make it happen. And also, and that is what I'm saying, like from, I have so many different generations amongst my clients. So you have often moms who ask me for their advice for their teenage kids because they struggle a lot, which is also clear because, and that's important also to add, nourishing your skin, being healthy, a healthy lifestyle is one thing. Skincare products is just one side of the coin. We also have what we put into our bodies. So when you just eat a whole lot of crap and just very artificial products, then skincare can only do so much, right? And this is where I come in and say, listen, I really like a holistic approach, holistic in a sense of looking at the whole picture and not just one random symptom and like, oh, you have a pimple here, because that's usually what the teenage kids have, right? They have acne and they have just a very all over the place complexion. And they come, of course, you want to look, good, and you feel super insecure about it. So yes, you run to your mom. Mom's like, Jesus, I don't know. I already bought you everything I could buy. What can I do? So that's when they usually come to me. And that's when I also say, listen, I would love to help you, but I just want to say, tell your kids or, get her here. So I tell her, you really have to focus on a good diet as well. Exercise, good sleep, all of this matters too. So there isn't just a quick fix cure. And that's important to remember, right? But what I can do, I really can help with the skincare. So everything you put onto your skin from the outside, I can help you. I can show you recipes or formulations. I can teach you my tricks, my experience I've learned over the years. And this recipe, you can literally start from ever. So that is what I'm going to give my kids. But if you start as a teenager or even 20 years old, that's when I started, you still have a chance. Like your skin can fully recover from the not so good product you use, from all the artificial stuff you put, we just literally are polluting ourselves. And the earlier you start, the better. But still, even if you are 60 years old, and for the next 30 years, you are using better product, that is also every little helps. And even if you have one or two other products that are not so great, it's still better than just polluting yourself on a daily basis. So this product will literally accompany you from your teenage years until you pass on to the other world. So it's literally one product you will have for the rest of your life. Yes, it is an investment, but it is an investment into your health. And trust me, you cannot put a price tag on this. So yeah, that is really what I want to leave behind as well. Make it easy, show that it's possible. You don't have to decide between expensive or not expensive, widely available, not so available. I cover it all because I also give you local ingredients, my personal go-tos when I'm in Africa, when I'm in Europe, when I'm in the United States, when I am, in several places, because I've been traveling so much and I always wanted to be able to create the skincare where I'm at. So I'm usually pretty good, thinking ahead, and I always prep everything in advance. But sometimes you run out or you forget it, or, stuff happens. So it's oh, damn it, where do I get my products now? Because for me, Like globally, I probably have like three, four, five brands I can go to. I myself go to and buy products. And yeah, if they don't deliver to wherever I'm at, then I'm pretty much screwed. And that's where I really wanted to be able to always help myself and also make formulations that don't require like high-end equipment, because I'm not carrying this with me all the time. It's literally like, okay, I have a spoon and I have a knife. What can I do? I kid you not. And it is possible. So no more excuses how it's not possible. It is possible. I will also teach you or like give you an idea, because in the end it is a practice and you have to continue with this, right? Practice makes perfect. But I definitely want to introduce you to the labels. So it's another big one. So even when you are at times just too busy or you whatever, sometimes you will see. Sometimes it's just so nice to have someone else prepare it for you, and you can just go and say like, I'm gonna choose this one, and that, it's nice. It's like being a chef and you love cooking, but at some point, like when you get home, you don't want to just cook. At some point it's like, oh, you know what, I'm actually pretty happy if someone else cooks for me today. So it's a bit like that. And I find it again very, very crucial to understand the label, to understand the wording and the phrases, because I mean, seriously, it's like a foreign language. And yeah, but what do you do if you don't understand them? And then again, like there are apps like, I don't know, I believe it's called Code Check, right? Or not? I don't know. Anyway, you can scan the label and then the app will tell you it's good or it's not good. I've tried that and it's okay-ish. Like the problem here is that the app, or this type of app, is just taking information from the government, right? You have, so in the US it's the FDA, in Europe it's a European whatnot, and they say what's going on. This is banned, this is okay to use, that's okay to use up to this amount, this and this and that. So they regulate this entire process. And the thing is, I find it too wishy-washy, the guidelines for this entire thing, I gotta say. And this is why I'm saying like CodeCheck is really just pointing out the extreme issues, or like very, very harmful products, but those that are harmful but not deathly, kind of, right? I'm exaggerating here, but it is like that. They're like, oh yeah, it's okay, it's neutral, when it's actually not neutral, because what then the common customer on the street doesn't know is that certain ingredients are only okay if you use them under 1% and just now and then. But now you have this ingredient because it's very cheap. So it is in literally every product, even in food. So not just cosmetic products, it's also in food. So we observe? No. Take in. We eat. Shit, I forgot my word. We consume. Here we go. So we consume this ingredient, which is okay to a certain level and a certain, amount per day, per body weight. But this is like, it's okay for this one product, and the brand says, yeah, but in my product, this one product I have here, it's okay because it's, in the regulated area. But what they don't tell you is you are using 10, 20 other products or food as well every day. So you are already exceeding this limit. And that's what I don't like. And that's what no one tells you. I mean, it is a lot. Like for an app to tell you this, I don't know, whatever. That's what I really love to do in my expert class as well, because we have a one-on-one and we can really just dive in, and I can just listen to you and what you guys want to hear. But yes, I have an add-on module which is included into the expert class, a masterclass for my healing skin moisturizer. And we talk about this, and I give you examples. I teach you how to understand and read the phrasing, the words, and how to simplify it. Because instead of just looking at one long, like foreign word, I really just like, okay, now separate it into 3 words. What do you see? And now, what does this mean? It's very, very simple. My dad actually taught me this when back in the day, like when I was 14 and I wanted to know what's going on. There was no internet, there was no smartphone. So I was like, okay, what do I do? And then my dad actually said like, okay, now, come on, you can do it. What does this mean? Alcohol. Okay, what does this mean? I'm like, I don't know. And he goes, oh, yes, like this and this. Yeah. Again, it goes a little too deep to explain everything here, but this is literally how I still figure it out like this, because I have these little reminders, and just at some point, these words, because I've seen them so many times. The other thing is I do forget them as well, because I don't use any of those ingredients. I don't use any, like, yeah, no, I just focus on the good things, right? And I really try to keep it simple. And even though sometimes you do need, let's say, to stabilize your formula, to preserve your formula, that's very, very, very important. And you have different options. And even if, let's say, alcohol, there's bad and cheap alcohol, which is actually really dehydrating, and it's literally the reason you are speeding up your skin aging. And trust me when I tell you, most of the commonly over-the-counter products are filled with this. Even babies' products, I kid you not, like beautiful baby skin, which is perfect and doesn't need anything. And we are applying because we actually like, mom, I know this from my friends, and I'm like, I know that you love your child, like, but this is like abuse. You are literally destroying your baby's skin. And then, fair question, like, but why do they put it in there then? I'm like, yeah, because it's cheap. Because it's cheap and it has a certain effect, which is only short lived, but it is a quick fix. It's immediate relief for a second, right? To go back afterwards. And that's exactly the cycle so many people are stuck in. And it's not just the skincare industry, you find it everywhere. And you just have to decide what you want to do. You can just be a slave and just, carry on like this forever, or you can start taking back your control and taking care of it yourself, which I would highly recommend. And again, maybe for me it's fun. I love it. And the good thing about it, if you do use very just healthy, smart products, they will repair your skin long term. So the entire idea is to create a product that is actually healing and rebalancing the source of your issue. Like, let's say you have dry skin. Let's just focus on the issue. What's going on here? Is your skin barrier intact, or is it completely off, or is it even there anymore? Because most products take off that. We start from shampoo, shower gel, soaps, and the commercial side now, right? Body lotion, eye serum, toner, makeup remover, literally everything contains such harsh ingredients. They take off our natural protective barrier that keeps us safe, and that also keeps the moisture and lipids inside, right? And that is the reason that your skin is elastic. We want our skin to be soft and elastic and healthy and radiant, but we are literally holding our skin back from achieving all of this long term. Now, and that's the key word. And that's what most people don't understand. Most people want a quick fix. They want the solution immediately. They want to feel and have an effect, see it, feel it immediately. And I get it. But at some point, we have to really rethink what's going on, because you are paying a very high price for it. These quick fixes, they make you addicted, or not you, but your skin. And also they dehydrate your skin a lot. And also that's just one part of it. So if you are using it to preserve your beauty, your skin health, elasticity, it's counterproductive. It literally is. And that is where I always say to my ladies, it's usually the ladies. So, they go to their doctor and say, oh, here and here and here. And I'm like, well, is that maybe self-inflicted? Can we just, and that is again the goal, heal, rebalance the source, so you don't even get there. And even if it's an aging process, and if it's just part of what's going on, it's part of life, maybe we just embrace it and make it normal and okay. But I agree, these unnecessary wrinkles, creases you get from dehydration, that's so unnecessary. We did no, man, we don't have to. You can stop right now. You can stop right now. Come take my masterclass, sign up to the expert class. I'm starting in at the end of March, I believe. I don't have the exact date yet, but you can sign up to my waitlist. It's free. It only means that you will receive the date and the price and all the other information that's necessary for you to know. And yeah, so no strings attached. And if you're ready, you book your class with me. And if not, no hard feelings at all. So yeah, I really hope that, yeah, again, I don't want to scare people like most people say, and my colleagues from advertising as well. It's like, no, but you have to, like, you need the shock value. Oh, pff, I don't want to shock people anymore. It's like, I know, and sadly, that is what's really, that is where the clicks goes and all the commenting and all people are outraged and blah 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 blah, like emotions are high, and that's usually what triggers the algorithm. But then I don't want to scare people. I don't want to add on to your daily struggles, because it's what I'm doing is exactly supposed to do the opposite. I want to help you to not worry about that anymore. That should not be part of your daily, struggle or worries. Not at all. Like, really, not at all. You should be, if people tell you, or you read somewhere on wherever, social media, Instagram, whatnot, oh, this ingredient is banned now and it's whatever, carcinogenic and blah, blah, blah. You can say, "Oh, well, I don't care. It doesn't change my life." And you know why it doesn't change your life? Because you have already switched to healthy skincare. You don't ever need to care anymore. Isn't that amazing? It's so fucking awesome. And that's usually what most people come back to as well. Like, one, are just shocked of what they believed and almost a little bit angry at themselves, and then usually they direct it to the industry, which is fair enough. But then I also say, listen, guys, the thing is, yes, what they are doing, what the industry does, is a super asshole move. Is is that is that how you should treat your clients, your people? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. But everyone can found their business, and everyone is allowed to create formulations as they wish. They can add dog shit if they want. I'm sorry, but it's true. Everyone is allowed to do that. Everyone is allowed to create their own products. Now, your responsibility is, and yes, you do have a responsibility there, it's up to you whether you want to pay for it, whether you want to support it, whether you want to buy it or not, right? And they are legally obligated to write down the labels, the ingredients on the labels. So now what you can do with that knowledge that I will teach you or introduce you to, you can literally just decide for yourself whether you want to apply it or not. Boom. And that is it, right? So yes, we can always point fingers. And I was very angry when I found out all of this. And then when I started Green Planet Cosmetics, my skincare brand, I was like, I cannot believe, like, working with labs together and what's going on there. I couldn't believe that's the whole other story. Like, that's a whole other industry. And it's scary and it's crazy, and it's literally like money can buy anything. It's insane. It is insane. And at some point I was like, oh my god, how can I unknow all this? Like, that's a problem. If you know, you know, and you cannot unknow. So now I had to live with it, and it really made me and left me very angry as well. And then I decided, you know what? Actually, there isn't just one side. Yes, there's always, one side that is doing a bad thing. But then there's me, the other side, who lets this person do bad things to me. And that's on me. And I can change that right now, immediately, forever. And that is where I'm at. Where I'm like, you know what? It's okay. You do your products as you wish, but I choose not to buy them anymore. And now I choose to just make them myself. And that's it. And you can either make them yourself, or again, with the knowledge you will gain from these classes, you will be able to also decode these cryptic labels and yeah, just make informed decisions, like purchase decisions. And then you will find, I also always give out my favorite brands. Again, there are not a lot, but there are amazing brands out there who create amazing products for your hair, for your skin, sun protection as well. I like globally, I have 3 brands I go to, including mine. So I know 2 others that are as good as my skin sun protection. And yeah, I'm always very happy to share these insights as well, because yeah, that is where I go to. If I don't make it myself, that's where I go to. Why? Because I can make an informed decision now. And that was the difference back in the day, where I was like, what am I doing here? Like, what's going on? And funny enough, the more products, commercial products I applied, the worse my skin condition. And that was a joke. And back in the day, I didn't understand. I was like, if I now wanted to stop, how am I going to make it? Because if I have to apply moisturizer 2 or 3 times a day to get through it without having itchy and red skin and having this feeling of soft skin, right? Because that's what we are aiming for, this feeling. Back then, I didn't know. That's just a plastic silicone layer on top of your skin. And that is what makes you feel, oh my God, is that amazing and soft? Quick fix. Yeah, again, didn't know. I didn't know back in the day. Now I know better. And now I'm, yeah, just better decisions, really. But I remember when I started, or when I thought about starting just a minimalistic approach and leaving all the commercial products, just leave them be. I was very skeptical, and I didn't believe that it could be done. Because again, if I'm already using products, and with these products my skin is freaking out, how can I survive without these products? And there was a mistake I made that I didn't know back in the day, that the reason my skin was freaking out were these products. And the more products I applied, the worse it got. And now I understand why. Because I was literally dumping shit onto my skin. And even like I'm saying shit, but like that would be good actually, because at least that's organic. But all the crap, this artificial components and modified ingredients are polluting our body and our skin, or not only our skin, it gets absorbed through our skin, and then depending on how small or big these particles are, they even end up in our nervous system. And the problem is, if the body doesn't know what to do with them, how to process it, it gets stored in our tissue, in our brain, in our breast milk even, right? It's ridiculous, you guys. So again, I'm not a big fan of labels, and you know that if you've been listening to my podcast. So I will never have a product that says for moms and babies, for men, for dry skin, for teenage skin. I don't do that crap. I don't do it because it's completely unnecessary. And again, you will learn why. And the problem now is that people don't really, people are used to it, because we are conditioned to look out for dry skin, sensitive skin, oily skin, whatnot for skin, anti-aging, and what the hell else. And then our pregnancy, baby, that's for mamas, that's not for mamas. And I'm like, well, what's the difference? If like what? So yeah, I don't do that. The problem now is that people don't feel caught, right? It's like mamas, and everyone's like, yes, I'm a mom to be, yes, and everyone is listening. Yeah, I have their attention. But if you don't address everyone individually, it's a bit hard. So now I'm also at a point where I'm like, okay, how do I do this? How do I navigate through this to really reach people who need it the most? And of course, if you are a mother, a mom to be, or trying to get pregnant, I mean, there's so many artificial, synthetic ingredients out there. Again, in our food, in our skincare, in other products too, household cleaning products, holy shit. And they are actually like really messing with our fertility. And again, I find it insane that it's still allowed to have them, but it's whatever. Let's not focus on that, focus on the positive side. And this is, again, I can help you if, and especially if it's not just you, but you are actually taking care of your children, inside of your body, or when they are out as well, because they trust you. They don't know what's going on. They don't know there is an industry. They don't know what's going on. So they come to you, they trust you that you protect them from all this, right? And I will give you the key. I will give you the knowledge that you can pass on to your children. Oh my God, I'm getting goosebumps. So literally, this is a once in a lifetime. It's designed to take once and to be briefed until, you say no more. And I'm aiming to do that for soap as well. So you have a moisturizer and soap, and that's literally what you need. I kid you not, that is what you need. Oh my God. And suddenly life becomes so much easier. I don't know, maybe it's just for women, but it's just so nice when you wake up with healthy, glowing skin and you don't need to put on anything. I mean, yeah, that's awesome. I'm sitting here completely without anything, nothing. And I'm like, whatever, you know? And I actually just recently had someone who reached out to me again, and it's like, I cannot believe I leave the house now without makeup, Maria. That is unheard of. And I'm like, well, congratulations, you know? And that is huge. And especially guys sometimes don't get it. When I talk to colleagues of mine, brainstorm a little bit, and it's like, guys are like, well, huh, what are you talking about? But why would someone pay to learn how to do it, or for this masterclass? And I'm like, guys, you don't get it. Like, you have no idea how much pressure people are. And especially, again, I'm from the advertising industry, so that was exactly, we create this pressure for other women, for other guys. And yeah, at some point there are people who are not leaving the house without any makeup on. There are people completely upset, unsatisfied, crying over their skin conditions. And now that is just like the not so intense skin condition, like dry skin, itchy skin. It's annoying. But now imagine like real severe skin condition, right? And I had clients coming back to me and saying, oh my God, I was supposed to have surgery for this. And now after using your product, after, applying all your advice and everything, like, because you have to wait, they had to wait a few months for the appointment. And she goes like, and now I'm back here to, attend my appointment, and there's nothing to do surgery on anymore. And I'm like, yeah, wonderful. I'm very happy for you. Great. Congratulations. Like, and again, I'm asking you, what's the price for that? Like, living a little bit longer, living a healthier life. That is just priceless. And it doesn't have to be complicated, and it doesn't have to be overly expensive. So I still believe it's a great deal. And again, I know that, from what people tell me from my experience, I just know what a relief that is to not worry about it anymore, and to just know it is fine, it's good, you use healthy products. And for me, it's also, I like to get up and I'm quick in and out of the bathroom. Like, I hate these 1 hour routine in the bathroom with like 100 products, which I have to carry everywhere. I don't want to do that. I want to step out of the shower and be ready, put on my clothes, brush my hair, ta-da, and I'm ready. That's it. That's how I like my skincare routine, right? And then after shaving, or when I'm like, at the moment I live in a very hot country in Spain, so the sunshine, even now it's spring, it's beautiful, it's so gorgeous here. And still I feel, ooh, my skin is a little bit irritated from the sun. It's getting a little red. It's like, you can see, oh, okay, it first has to get used to the sunlight again, or the excessive sunlight. And that's when I treat my skin, right? So usually I use my healing moisturizer once a week. And sometimes I don't use it at all because my skin doesn't need to. And now, actually, just perfect timing. 1 second. I'm gonna show you. I have it here. Let me show you what you can learn to do. All right. Here we go. So I didn't make it pretty or anything. Again, I just used it yesterday. And this is it. I'm not sure if you can see it. Yes. So that's now a white one. I have a yellow one that almost looks like vanilla pudding. So good, but it's not for your consumption, even though I'm only using ingredients that are actually food quality. Just saying. But yeah, that's what it looks like. And this little one here, that's 100 ml. That's 3 ounce. I use, I don't know, man, 5 months. Yeah. And my boyfriend as well, he uses it sometimes. But again, he's also very easygoing. It's like, hey, I'm just gonna use it. Actually, he prefers the oils, my skincare oils, like after shaving, especially. And I prefer this after shaving, for instance. Or, obviously my, with the razor, your skin is so irritated, and my skin is very picky as well, a bit of a diva at times. And this is the one. I apply it once, and then for the next days, I don't have to apply anything because it does its job, what it's supposed to do. Skincare is supposed to take care of your skin. And that's when you come to me. So that was my healing moisturizer. Actually, if you want to head over to my Insta account and or Patreon. I always share like pictures of my formulations, and there you can see all the difference in apparent, like in color, in consistency, because sometimes people like to fluff it up and to whip their moisturizer, so it becomes very fluffy, very airy. That was a mix now that was just in between. I also like it when it's quite firm and you have this like almost like buttery feeling that melts on your skin. So you can really do you. And I explained that in the workshop video as well, where I just literally take you, through the entire recipe and show you what to look out for, what I do, what I had to learn, and to just save you time. So we do a lot of troubleshoot as well. And then I wanted to show you the other thing I have. That used to be a cuff. No, wait, did I? Yeah, I believe I wanted to create I did that in winter after a storm we had here, and we live very close to the pine tree forest. And after a storm, you usually find a lot of trees have like branches that fell off. And these branches usually create a lot of resin. And if you wait a few days, it's kind of solidified, like solidified, what's that? Solid. And you can literally pick it. So that's what I did. So I picked I collected a lot of resin from the pine trees, or a lot. I'm saying a lot, but in the end, it's maybe 2 or 3 grams. That's enough though. Like, I don't even know, I used like 2 grams in my formulation, I believe. And then I blended with I first clean it a little bit. I don't use any bleach or nothing for that. It's really just a rough, like, put it in a nylon sock, let it melt, so the residue, is stuck in the nylon sock, and then you just have the pure resin. And I mix that with beeswax, which is also harvested, not by me, it's cleaned by me, because again, I'm very picky with that. And I use very traditional old methods, which I will also share in my members club. Members club, again, guys, it's like 3 coffees. So for the equivalent of 3 coffees, you can join my members club a month and just really learn about this recipe. And one that I teach you is my natural ointment. So, oh my god, oh, I love it. So I use this one with the beeswax and pine resin. Copaiba is in there as well, because I had a friend who visited the Amazonas, and she came back with the most amazing wild harvested propolis and copaiba oil as well. So it was just like, yes, I had it all here. And I made it. So let me see if you can see it. I hope so. Again, sorry, I have no reference monitor, so I hope you can see it. And you can literally make it yours. So this one I like because again, I did it in winter, so it was quite cold, so I made a very soft recipe. So the consistency is also something I teach you how to tweak, because I find it important. And again, summer, winter, or if you're a traveler like me, and now imagine this is completely liquid, and it creates a mess. And I had it happen so many times just by using, like, I don't know, on Pinterest, some random DIYs, and that's now years ago. And I remember that every time it's like, okay, but this recipe doesn't make sense where I'm at, because it's liquid or it's so solid. And that is why because of this experience, I decided to also add this section into my workshops, whether it's an on-demand video and available for my members club, or like the fancier versions for my masterclass and expert class. I really want you to understand how you can tweak your recipe and make it yours. Now this one I store in the fridge, so it would be left at room temperature. It's like it's like a gel, like a softer gel. And I use that, I put it in the fridge, and then it comes out as this a bit firmer jelly almost. Oh, I love it so much. I used to make it for cuff season because sometimes it's just nice to have. Always make sure to write down what's in it. I can't tell you how many amazing formulations didn't happen because I didn't write it down. Oh well. Anyway, it turned out it was just meant for as a cough balm, and then I decided to add a few. Like again, I have some most needed essential oils, so I have like the most important for me always at hand, and I was like, okay, you know what? I'm actually gonna make it a multi-purpose ointment and literally use it now for sore muscles and of course also cuff. So again, that's what I mean. We have a basic recipe, like a formulation, and then you decide what you want to add. You can even tweak it in a way to make it a natural lip balm or an SOS skin balm, which you can apply as like a healing invisible plaster, right? So for cuts, for minor burns, for mosquito bites and all of that, you just have one little thing you can put into your bag, or you just leave it in your bathroom really, or in your fridge, however you prefer. And then it can be used for everything, for your dry lip, for your nose, for again scars, to help them heal and to also help your skin just recover. Again, it is an invisible plaster. And that's what it is really. And all the ingredients are also designed to just release the goodness of these ingredients, all the plant materials, so it's almost medicinal. They get released over time. So it's this constant like well-being. And that's again it. Not a quick fix, not quick. And then we go back to square one, quick, and back to square one. And no. It's a sane approach and it's fun to make. And I really love that I need one little thing and I can use it for everything. And it's just, that is like rare that I use essential oils in my skincare, because for me, essential oils is a plant medicine. So it's medicinal purpose, right? And skincare, for me, it doesn't have to do anything in skincare. Would you eat an ibuprofen every day? No, why? You only use it when you actually have an issue. And that's what you should be doing. Same goes for me with the essential oils. Now, I know many of you are going to be like, no, are you crazy? I love it, blah, blah, blah. I know they are amazing. I love them too. But exactly for this reason, they are medicinal. They're very, very effective, very powerful. It's plant medicine, right? And again, they have nothing to do in your daily skincare routine, nothing really. This should be a part where you can make like a solid perfume. Oh, by the way, you can also make a solid perfume out of that, where you really focus on just, to give you this aromatherapy, even like, you can make it that, or you can make it to really help your skin, like look for essential oils and for plant materials that are actually beneficial for healing, for instance, soothing properties, all of that. And then we take it from there. Cough, so there are special things in there that are very good for that, and for your respiratory and whatnot, sinus infection. Oh my god, I just had one of those, horrible. But this really helps. It's not a quick fix, it's not an overnight magic pill, sadly not, but long term it helps without any side effects. And to make sure that it stays this way, I try to don't use it on a daily basis, because otherwise you will build up a resistance towards them. And then when you really need them, it doesn't have any effect because your skin is so used to it. It's again just like with the paracetamol and whatnot, like mild painkillers, same. You don't just eat them because, no, you wait until you have an issue and then you maybe eat some. Or first you go and have a nap. That usually also takes care of a lot of things. Just saying. So yeah, very excited. Again, I have my expert class coming up at the end of March. It will last for 1 month, just a quick one if you are interested. So I'm going to talk you through it quickly. We're going to meet probably on a Sunday. That's usually how I like it. That's where most people have time and are there. We're going to start off with a half an hour call where I just talk you through your material, where I just, if you have questions or whatnot, we just have a quick welcome and hey, here we go, let's go. Then I want to give you 4 weeks of ordering your equipment. You will receive from me a shoppable ingredients list, like a shopping list for US and the EU, no matter where you are at. I at the moment don't have one for Australia. I really hope to change that, but I haven't been there at all. So that is also still on my list, but I will figure it out. And once I have amazing contacts for you, I will definitely share them with you all. But until then, I have a list that is shoppable for the US and for Europe. So same goes for ingredients and the equipment list. The equipment list, it's very simple. I use things that you already have in the kitchen. Maybe if you don't have a scale, if you don't have, one or two things, you look at the list, what you have, what you need. But again, it's very simple, because I want you to start immediately. There's no point in, I don't know, telling you to get super fancy equipment and then, make another investment of a few €1,000. Who's gonna, no, guys, let's keep it simple. If you love it, you can still upgrade to very professional equipment. Now, you will have time to order all your materials. You will have time to make your recipe. I really hope your formulation. I prefer the word recipe, but it is a formulation. So when you hear me say recipe, that's what I'm talking about. I definitely want you to do it once yourself, because you will see, and this is why I'm meeting you a month later again for another hour. It's a group chat, so again, it's a small group. I always keep it very intimate to really make sure that you guys get the attention that you deserve. Because I know, and I know this from experience, it looks all easy, it sounds all easy, then you do it and it's like, oh Jesus, what am I doing? And then you are stuck. And this is why I really put more time towards the end, where we can talk about your process, your worries, your difficulties, what's going on, and this happened and that happened and what. So we can really find solutions you can implement again immediately. So you can just enjoy your journey, your wellness journey. Oh my God, is that amazing or what? So all these calls are going to be recorded. You will have access to them. So even if you miss it, just make sure to send me your questions. One question is that's usually coming a lot from German clients, because they always want to know in advance when everything is happening. But I like to first wait for the group, because sometimes I have a European group only, and then it's easy to find a time that suits everyone. Now, if we are from all over the world, I first want to see who is where, what's going on and who is available when, to find a time that suits, if possible, all of us. And this is why I first wait for my group to enter and then ask you, hey, where are you all from? What is happening? Do you guys have so we can all meet and everyone has a chance to really talk to me and just ask me in person. If you can't make it last minute, it won't be a problem, because you will get the recorded version, no problem at all. And you will also have access to my members area. So that is just for the expert class members. So that is completely separate from the website as well, where we just meet on Discord and we have our space and you can help each other. I'm also going to look in there before our last meeting, so I can quickly get an idea of what's going on, where everybody is at, so I can also make notes and make sure to really solve your problems. And yeah, by that time, I really hope that you have made at least one moisturizer yourself. And well, honestly, guys, it is just a new level, and you will never want to go back. At least I hope. Again, I have never had someone who said, I'm going to go back to commercial ever. And I only hear love stories. Literally, I receive such great feedback, and it makes me very happy. It makes me very happy because, this recipe is meant to be sold directly to you. I could have, sold it to the companies and whatnot, but I feel that you guys need it the most, and it's so important that you have the knowledge and pass it on as well. And yeah, maybe you love it so much and now suddenly you have your entire household completely upside down, right? And you can get rid of all of the stuff you don't need, and it's also very liberating. I find it at least very liberating. So yeah, it makes me very happy, very proud, and I just really hope you are the same, and you are as happy as myself and other people, because it's just the best. It's just the best knowing that you don't have to worry about these issues anymore. Like, really. All right, you guys, if you do have questions regarding my expert class, which is upcoming in March, end of March, let me know. Send me an email, reach out via my website, greenplanetcosmetics.com, or on my social media as you wish. Yeah, and I really hope to connect with you. If you want a one-on-one where we can start immediately and just focus 100% on you, we can do that too. Reach out to me. If you don't find your times, because at the moment it's pretty much 9 to 5 kind of ish, but if you do have the wish to meet me either in person or online, and whether it's a weekday or a weekend or just an hour that is, off of the radar, so to speak, let me know. We will find a solution, or I will tell you if I can make it happen. I will make it happen. And yeah, otherwise, maybe your members club, my members club, is perfect for you. It's just amazing to dip your toes in and just see, give it a try. Give it a try, see how it goes. And again, let me know if you have feedback for me, or if you have a question, or yeah, if you have anything else you would like me to answer. So, I always want to make sure to also collect your questions and then maybe do a Q&A at some point, or also kind of, yeah, make sure that I can, yeah, just mention it in one of my future episodes. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to meeting you and to connecting with you guys, and also visit my Patreon if you are more of a community person. There's a lot more happening, a lot more behind the scenes. And yeah, I'm just very excited to connect with you. Thank you guys for listening. Again, greenplanetcosmetics.com. Send me a message if you want to be part of the next round of my signature expert class. And everything else is just self-explained basically on my website. All right, I will catch up with you in the next one. And thank you guys for tuning in and for listening until the end. Thank you. Bye. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode and found exactly what you needed from it. If you would like to support my mission, don't forget to follow the podcast and leave a 5-star review. I appreciate your guys' support massively. For more, head over to my website at greenplanetcosmetics.com, where you will find free content, my online workshops, and of course, my signature expert class. If you are feeling called to dive deeper, I also offer one-on-one sessions and intensive packages. Just reach out to me directly. And last but not least, if you have any further questions, business or lifestyle related, or if you would like to hear more about my story, don't hesitate to ask. I would love to hear from you and weave your questions into my future episodes. Now, thanks so much for tuning in, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.